right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Toronto Huskies. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone, and he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Set, ready? 30 base.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Chopper! Chopper! 5.
They'll run for the first time with Hill. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Let's go.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And a give this time to the tailback. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Pushing his way through. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check 52.
On 2nd down now. It's Taylor, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. 20. And he will score. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard. And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson looking sideline, incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Watson now to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, it's Trevor Daniel to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be fielded at the 17. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, his bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 41 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunity. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Coaching spill. Hey, Zoo. Shoot.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now a hit and Foles loses the football. It's out. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
80 weapon. Hey, Alpha. Alert flare. Alert flare.
Here's Foles. He's going to float this one deep right side. Dashing through the snow. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. 87 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, But it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Jackson now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
No!
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Get it.
Now Foles uncorks one for Davis, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Buying time, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 21-0 our score after 1.
Huskies 21, Texans 0.
So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Looking left side, and it's complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
Going for the deep ball, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a gain of 34. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And Jackson throwing once more. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Here's Jackson to throw. Touchdown, Texans. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit, because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
General West. Bravo. Go, Jackrabbit. Come on. Let's go.
Foles. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 23. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. On 2nd down, it's Hines. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Jackson looking deep in the direction of Cooper. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Jackson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. That is caught at the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
At the 7-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. 65. 65. Mike, check, 59.
Jackson from the shotgun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Check, 59. Check tight. Mike.
To throw again is Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's 3rd down and goal at the 7-yard line.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Jackson will throw again, and that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point safely through, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Let's go.
At the Texans' 41-yard line.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On second down now, it's Higgins, and they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jarrell Casey make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. That's really, really difficult. We talk about some terrific athletes. We're trying to put him on the ground.
31 yards on the punt there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Ready, ready. 18 Gator.
56.
He's tired of you.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Barnes. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
3, 218, top. Hey, Charlie. Step.
On 2nd and 2, Foles. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
60 Pittsburgh.
56 to
Hey,
Mike.
Delta. Pilot, 64, weak.
Check. Lucky. Check 31. Check 32.
Shoot.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a give, right side. Higgins, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
First down, Texans.
On 1st down, it's Higgins. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the 29, Jackson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jarrell Casey in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Check. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
From the gun, Jackson. Cooper's got it. 23 yards, the final tally. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. There as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Let's go, D. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Amari Cooper hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And some room to work. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown! Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return. And his guys have taken the lead. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
A gain of 33 yards on the play.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Tight down. There you go.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On first down. Higgins, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Check right, check right. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Check this
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Play action. It's Jackson. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. As they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
At the 35-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Mike 50. Hey, we got to get the stop here, D.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it brings up 3rd down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. They'll run on first down. It's Higgins. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Here we go, 50, Mike 50.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Higgins, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
On third down, Jackson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. It's Waring, the tight end, with it. The reception good for 7. It's third down. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Hey, Echo. Mike 42, Mike 42.
Yo.
He'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". I'm scared.
Now Jackson. He's got Fuller. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And the Texans first down.
We won it. Come to my world.
Mike 59. Mike 59. Let's go.
Jackson to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing now is Jackson. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. First down. It's Hines. And an alley to run. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Texans, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Toronto, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So for